3 decades of history. As Aussie, as the 100,000 people who come and see me every year. I live in Canberra, but I'm no politician. I am not politically correct. Never was, never will be. That's why you love me. I stand out in a world full of rules. I'm loud. I'm in your face. For some, I'm a pilgrimage, a rite of passage, or a bucket list item. I'm a 4-day festival, a party with your mates, a weekend away with the missus, a day spent with Dad. My teens were pretty wild, and I've had a few different hairdos and some not so awesome clothes. But you know what? It hasn't always been easy. I'm not for everyone. Haters have tried to knock me, even stop me. And then I was dead and buried. But now I'm stronger than ever. We added music, became a party, and together we broke world records. Now I'm as much about the people who walk through these gates as I am about the beautiful cars on show. Yep, all 2,500 of them. I'm a gladiator where warriors drive steel chariots. I'm the place where heroes are crowned. And as this country stops making cars, I will be the beating heart for Aussie motoring, because I am as Aussie as it gets. Hundreds of thousands of you come to my house every year, and now millions watch us party from afar and wish they were there. Established 1988, forged in fire and chrome and burnt rubber, and 30 years on, the whole world knows my name. I am Summernats.
This car was purchased in February, started in March. Summernats is sort of, I always say I'm never coming back, you know, that's it, I've had enough with cars, I don't want to do it anymore. But New Year's comes past and there I am loading a car on a trailer, and the pilgrimage to Summernats it is. And I like the atmosphere and the camaraderie of entrance. At the end of the day, we're all poorer for it, but we're richer for spirit.
We've got about 2,400 entrants registered at this stage. We've got probably about 1,500 cars in the venue. It's pretty hectic out here at Scrutineering. It's busy, it's hot, but people are pretty happy. So getting the cars in, getting them pretty quickly. They're in on the cruiser and going nuts already. Imagine what this place is going to be like on Saturday. 2,500 cars going.
99.5 FM, it's Radio Rev Head at Street Machine Magazine. Summernats number 30, proudly supported by Rare Spares. Thursday morning, everybody's getting ready for the big cruise out on Northbourne Avenue. It's going to be a big one. Stick around, won't you?
All right, we're doing it. We're cruising at Summernats 30. I've got myself a pretty sweet ride. We're in a 78 Valiant. It's a very sweet ride, let's be honest. And this is what Summernats is all about. It's all about getting out on this big ring road that takes in all of Exhibition Park in Canberra. We call it epic. It's epic for a reason. And this pathway that we're going to drive around today encapsulates some of the more famous areas here at Summernats.
name's Darren Barnes. I'm local here from Canberra in the ACT. Getting ready for the city cruise here at Summernats 30.
Urea Marung, good morning. My name's Paul House. I'm a Nyambri Ngunnawal custodian. Born and raised here in Canberra, the land of my ancestral country. And I'm here to represent our family group, the Nyambri. This is the 30th anniversary, and over those 30 years, for some reason, there has never been an official welcome to country and a blessing from the local people. So we're going to do that today. We're going to create history and let all Australians know that, you know, this is a shared history. This is a shared culture. We all have an obligation and responsibility to look after country. We've got to remember, under the concrete and steel in the cities and towns, there's a rich Indigenous Australian history, a 60,000-year history that we all belong to now, all Australians, and that's the message, you know, we want to give across today. Please look after the land and the rivers will look after you. I say, Nyambri Dara, Yallinga, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so look, I've done some calculations. I've got the trusty calculator here. Just bear with me for a second. Over the 30 years of coming to Summernats, according to my calculations, with the entrants that come through on average, bit conservative, horsepower figure. You ready? Over 30 years, 15,750,000. That's an average of 1,500 cars at 350 horsepower per car over 30 years. This event is phenomenal.
I've pretty much been involved since day one. As entrant, scrutiny, security. We've sort of done a little bit of everything.
So I'm Tasha and this is Sarah. We're from Mansfield in Victoria, and we're just this is Sarah's first time at Summernats, so
exciting.
Showing her what it's all about because I've been a few times. We find that people, when we say we're going to Summernats, they just automatically assume bogans, but
they jump to conclusions about us.
Yeah, for us it's like, I was saying to Sarah, look at all these cars here and all the money that's tied up in them. People don't realise the hobby that's behind it.
Welcome to Summernats 30 and to the Summernats City Cruise for 2017. So guys, it's pretty simple. For those that haven't done it before, we just act like sheep and follow the car in front. We're going to head out through the gate here, chuck a righty down the centre of Epic here, and then at 12 o'clock, we're going to head out off through the gates. AFP will be at the front and at the rear. Once we get onto Flemington Road, maintain the 2 lanes heading out, and that's what you'll stay in for the entire drive. No speeding, no overtaking, no burnouts. Most importantly, I'd like to thank you guys for coming in and enjoying it, and congratulations on being part of the City Cruise.
Big one this year, 30 years. We've got 300 cars, so it's the most we've had. We're really just going to show the people that are on the side of the roads what we've got here at Epic this weekend. My part is quite simple because the team at Summernats and the government have done a lot of work with the AFP, RTA, ACT roads to make sure this happens safely.
An interesting point about the City Cruise is that now it's back on. It's been going back again for about 5 years, but back in the day it was a fairly wild event, and that's why I guess it got canned. I can even remember it used to go out of a night or late afternoon, and there would be at least 6 or 7 people deep all the way into Canberra on the medium strip, but also on the footpath. And it was just wild. I can remember clearly those days and some of the cars and some of the antics, and there was and a few things went on which probably shouldn't, and that's why it got shut down. I just think it's such a great thing, and what another really good thing about the City Cruise is that people think show cars are just on display, but what they actually get to see on the City Cruise is that they're driving all these cars. So yeah, a really great part of Summernats 30.
Street Machine. If you don't read Street Machine, follow their YouTube channel or visit their website for great content. What are you doing with your life? Nothing. That's what you're doing. For all the latest on all things Street Machine, visit your local newsagent, buy a magazine subscription on their website now. They got all sorts of mad stuff. Turbo taxis, LS powered MX-5s, and the best street machines Australia has to offer. Do it now.
Leaving behind a loving partner, 30-year-old Luke Newsom is the first life to be claimed at the Summernats, a street machine festival as old as him.
Our safety record is really strong, but that's of cold comfort to the family today.
From Queensland to Canberra for a weekend of fast cars and fun with friends, Luke fell off the back of a mate's flatbed ute as it circled the cruise route at Exhibition Park on Thursday. He died from his injuries in Canberra Hospital yesterday afternoon. The owners have banned anyone from riding in the back of a ute for the remainder of the festival on police advice, but no decision's been made on whether it will be permanent.
Owen Webb here at Summernats 30, Chief Steward again this year. Being Summernats 30, thought we put together some past grand champions and some of the real iconic cars that have represented us over the years. We've ended up with about 12 past grand champions. Got the first car that ever did a burnout on the track. We've got 2,000 horsepower car, the highest horsepower car ever on the dyno, and some just iconic cars that have come through that people will remember.
My name is Peter Fitzpatrick. I've been here since day dot, and we're here to celebrate my lifestyle, which is custom cars, modified cars, and the whole scene. My two boys, they didn't really have a choice not to be street machiners. They don't work in the industry other than we work on our own cars, but they've been brought up. They were brought here to the street machine, the Summernats, in a pram, both of them. So they came here as newborns. Probably one of the best memories is when I bought my FC here. First car had the two boys in the back of the FC. My wife, we drove the car in. They'd never seen it before. We come through. We done everything we wanted to do, and you win grand champion in it. You can't do any better.
We had quite a few cars through in judging, and then they're still judging this afternoon. But this afternoon, last chance shootout at the burnout. I know that there's a lot of people that have come just to make that shootout this year, because 30 years, unbelievable. It'll be on.
Here we go, last chance wildcard shootout is about to come our way with our first entrant, Nathan Sutherland. Oh, listen to the RPM! He is out of the ACT. Braden is from Papakura in Auckland. 2016 VE Wagon. Competing here at the Summernats for the very first time.
All the way from New Zealand, make some noise!
To come back on Saturday to have another crack. Nidri tips in on the high side.
Oh yeah, Jay-Z went up high and he held on to it.
The Burnout Masters qualifying. Shifts it into top gear. Come on! Oh, beautiful! Beautiful tipping from Mad Sam. He had at a moment where he knows that into a concrete barrier had quite an amount of damage. That's been repaired. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mad Sam. She's on her way, gets one away. Kyle and the boys from 13-20 down here as well.
Oh, yes! He did the perfect thing. He framed the car in the smoke.
Naturally aspirated. Big RPM goes the reverse tip in.
Oh, the reverse tip in, absolutely. Hold on to it, hold on to it, hold on to it. Oh!
All crossed up, tipped it in beautifully. So Paul Cook, doing the business, is it good enough?
One tyre's already gone, two tyres are gone. Well, it's in and out and shaking all about. Oh, the man is unbelievable.
Hey, the Americans are having a fat time down there. Farm truck is loving it. Tyres are offered.
Put your hands together, the big bad Leroy!
Yummy has got it sorted beautifully. Naturally aspirated, coming your way. Here for the last chance wild card shootout. Here comes the last KYLIE. This is what it's all about, trying to mix it up with all the boys. Jen Ward's wife on board as passenger.
Well, that one shook the shed.
Shimon! Man, it is one back rack indeed. Word is that he may have tagged the wall.
Whoa, here we go. She's getting hot now. It's getting hot. He's taking the wall out. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's under the bonnet. A true living legend of Summernats. Salute him as he goes out. Chris Christou. Well, real men smoke burnout tyres. That's what they do. They come here and go flat out at Summernats. Make some noise.
RPM is down a little left for Chris, but he's still pumping out the white stuff. But he ain't given up. Nice little tip in as he ran down the start line chute. As you know, it's about keeping the RPM on absolute song the whole way. It's about making as much smoke as possible. It is about getting out the other side with no rubber left. Flames from the back of Matty James, Holden Ute. Fireys are in. With the GM style blower, Twin Carby sitting on top, and the Wild Toy. Was that just jaded them?
Oh yes, that's it.
So here comes Pete Gramusa in and this.
Oh yes!
Big revs from Pete Gramusa.
Does not know the meaning of lift.
Oh! Man, blowing engines aren't supposed to rev that high.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Pete Gramusa.
It's my first time at Summernats, first time skidding in the pad. There was no plan, it was just get out there, try and do it. The car did what it had to, we both worked together, we were both happy, we were both fine. Smashed the pad, killed it, done a killer skid, loved it.
Local boy, I'm from Belconnen here. It's a dream to win, obviously, so making the right steps, pushing the right boundaries.
this is a can of Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. Summernats is a 4-day event. So what happens if you get a bit tired? You get a Red Bull.
Because it gives you wings, mate.
So if you're smashing skids at Skid Row and you need to get to the burnout pad, crank out your Red Bull and fly over.
Because it gives you wings, mate.
I just love coming here with the family. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and the noise.
Been buying Street Machine magazine for bloody 30 years, and sort of it's how I expected, full on.
I like the burnouts, I like the cars, I like the skids, I like everything. It's a good day to be alive.
Now, our very special guests. They've been signing autographs, they've been on cruises, they've been in burnout cars, they've been getting the real Summernats experience. They're going to help open Summernats up to a brand new audience in America, given their insanely popular following of their show, Street Outlaws. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's hear it for Farm Truck and Asian!
All right, Australia! Look at this crowd out here. It's amazing to be here.
Oh my God, I'm welling up seeing everybody out here celebrating what they truly love. Aussies are amazing.
Boys, welcome to Summernats. Is it everything you thought it was going to be?
It's everything and more. We're blown away with all the car guys and gals and kids.
My name's Ayrton Risby, and I just got a free farm truck hat.
Set up. You're very welcome.
Mate, Farm Truck and Asian, they're funny as hell. Who doesn't like Farm Truck and Asian?
So what's the story behind the shirt?
I got it for Christmas, and I heard we were going to Summernats for 4 days. I'm like, well, that's great. So I'm wearing this every day.
Got some good friends that sort of said to me we had to take the car. They'd done it before, and they just convinced me into doing it, and I'm really happy to have friends like that dragged me across Australia to be here. I've had this car since I was a P-plater. It's my baby, it's always been my baby, always will be my baby. I think I'll have it until the day I'm not here. It was a 10-year build. It was painful and long, but I had to be patient, and yeah, the first show we took it to, we were still bolting it together when we pulled it into the tent, but that was the joy of building cars. The decision to go for Grand Champion, that's a tough one. I think every car builder knows the faults of their own cars. And when you look at somebody else's car, you don't see the faults in theirs. And it's like, because we're all so critical. And I love this car, and it's achieved more than I've ever dreamt of achieving. So I think I will give it a go if I get given the opportunity to give it a go, and we'll see how we go. Summernats is the pinnacle, isn't it? It's like, this is the driving event of Australia. You know, I've been here so many times as a spectator, and it's like, you watch what drives around, and you have the vibe of Summernats. And to be here driving my car, like the day we just pulled it off the trailer and drove it into the scrutineering bit, I was already on a buzz. You know, it's like you're here driving your car at Summernats, so it's about as good as it gets. To be sitting in here and the likes of the cars in this hall and the cars that have been in this hall, it's breathtaking. You know, the guys that you idolised growing up as a kid, you get to actually meet them and shake their hand, and they get to stand there and appreciate what you've done in a car, like Owen Webb and Howard Astle. And these are names that you don't think they're real people, and then all of a sudden you're friends and you're hanging out. It's incredible, and that's what this event's about.
I'm Howard Astle and I'm here at Summernats 30. I'm here because I come here every year and I've been coming here for so long, I can't remember how long it is, but I mean, it's been part of my life to be a street machiner, and the Summernats is our biggest event for the year. I built cars at home as a hobby, and in the last 5 years I've been doing it for other people. In the last few years I've had 2 or 3 different customer cars that have come through and gone into the top 60. It's about the people and the passion of those people doing what we all love. And I don't think it matters whether you're 18 years age, 60 years like I am, we all get along and talk the same language, and I just love it. It came about very late to try and get the blue car back here, and Mario, the guy that won it's had it, you know, all that time for 26 years, and I rang him only a matter of 3 weeks ago, and I was just going to give it a quick clean, bring it down, knew it would be old, and then once I got it in the shed, then all hell broke loose as usual, and we put about 100 hours into it to get it back to where it is. But I haven't worked that constantly and that hard and back in that old groove since I was competing, because it meant something to me to do it. And to me, the best cars in this hall are built with passion, not with money, not with time, but with passion. And you can pick the cars that the owner had a lot of involvement with because they're just nice, good-looking cars, or there's a whole group of friends and people involved in that car because of the passion.
One of the more obvious cars at this year's Summernats is Gary Myers' supercharged Mustang out of Wagga. We caught up with a rather camera-shy Gary Myers to tell us more about his car.
Well, I've had the car for 9 years, so I've slowly graduated each year. You know, there's something different. So it's getting stronger and stronger each year.
What sort of engine is it?
It's just a 302 small blower. It's with 3 front Windsor heads, 671 Fisher blower. 600 vac carbs, and that's all you need for the street, you know.
It's a 4-speed car?
Yeah, 4-speed.
You're a stick shifter from way back, huh?
Oh yeah, mate.
Did you do most of the work on the car yourself, Gary?
Yeah, well, I'm a mechanic, so I've done most of it, and I got a bit of help from one of the local engineers in Wagga, which was Dennis O'Brien. Had a lot to do with race engines, so he just sort of helped me dyno it and sort of get it running perfect and just bolt it in the car and away it went, you know.
This year I'm here with a car as a customer car, with a very young couple that have built something very good for Elite.
I am from Canberra, so I'm a local to the Summernats, and this is sort of our hometown event. And I'm here with Tailspin to show off my car for the very first time at Summernats. So Tailspin is an FB Holden. We used the FB shell as the starting point, and we used an R33 Skyline roof, and we actually reversed the front and rear panels to create what is Tailspin, which is a back-to-front FB coupe. We approached Howard Astle from before we even touched the cars as a mentor and a guidance to get our head around the planning and the budget and what it's actually going to take, that whole project management sort of role. Between my husband, myself and Howard, the fabrication's been done at home in my garage. I learnt so much. I learnt how to roll steel with an English wheel. I used bead rollers to create floor panels. I did TIG welding, you name it. We got hands-on involved in everything. The main structure of the car underneath and the parcel shelf and firewalls was FB. We put the Skyline roof on it and we cut the quarters off and then the front guards, and obviously reversed those around. The next challenge was finding headlights to fit into tail light buckets, which we used Fiat 500, being the smallest headlight we could find, and 63 Galaxy tail lights to go into the headlight buckets. So from the beginning, we knew it was going to be a big job. We spent about 14,000 hours building this car over just under 4 years. Our females never won it. So to be the first to do that, being my local Canberra show, that would just be amazing. My name's KYLIE Perry and I'm going for Grand Champion, and I'm doing it for the girls.
We've got to colour numbers somehow. How are we going to do it?
We've already got the 17 invited cars, and then we've got all the unveiled cars, so we're just jammed for room. So
absolutely,
it'll be a 60 finalist show.
Michael Stavala's 75 Ford Fairmont sedan. Now that's Jetoon, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Like we always have this dilemma every year, don't we? It's just we've got so many good cars, but unfortunately there's only so many spots to allocate.
Let's do it.
Where are they? Where's the numbers?
I just need a cross-reference, please, Pete.
Here we go. Well done, mate. That's unreal, eh?
Hey, good stuff, brother.
Oh, we just made top 60.
I feel stoked, we're in.
Yeah. Let's go.
No, I didn't. Oh, good on you, man.
Summernats!
Socks on! Dad.
50 years. That is years and years and years of making the best air filters in the world. If you need a filter for your car, air filter, cabin filter, oil filter, go to knn.com or go to your local stockist. Superior airflow, superior performance, superior.
We are entering one of the most highly anticipated moments of Summernats 30. Friday night, Friday evening, and I tell you what, the tension's starting to build. Come with me because we are inside the Maguire's Pavilion, and what's about to happen is truly special and will definitely be one of the highlights of Summernats 30. If ever there was a night to make the top 60, it's tonight. Friday at Summernats, they close all the public out of the main pavilion here, and they get the 60 best vehicles, hot rods, vans, street machines, Aussie muscle. The best 60 cars at Summernats get brought in here. It's a mixture of, I guess, a little bit of chaos, a lot of beauty, a lot of passion and time. And all the owners right now are going through the final stages of just putting the lighter details on their car, the final little touches that they need to make them absolutely perfect. Polish, love, care, everything they need to make sure that their car is spick and span. It also means maybe one or two trick setups, getting the mirrors ready, getting the wood finishes ready. This is going to be huge, but there's also something a little bit more special about Friday night in the Maguire's Pavilion, because it's not just about the 60 best cars at Summernats, but tonight we will unveil 7 brand new cars that have never been seen in the world of motoring. It's going to be very, very exciting in here. Are you excited for Summernats 30? How have you found it so far?
This year has just got the greatest buzz about it, I think. You know, not just 30 years, but there's something in the air this year.
You know, I was here, I believe it was 3 or 4 years ago, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. You know, and once I got here, I was blown away. We have nothing like this in the U.S.
It's Kyle and Cletus from 1320 Video. Make some noise. Let's get them up here.
You know, I run events in the States, and I've seen many, many burnouts. I actually host burnout contests. And I do these live feeds, and all these Australian guys are commenting like, oh, that's so, you know, that's a sorry looking burnout, this, that. I came here, and the first burnout I saw in Australia trumped every single American burnout I have seen put together. It was unreal.
One of the favourite parts of the Summernats event is the unveil. These are guys that have been working hard in garages. probably the hardest work they've done has been in the last couple of weeks.
All right, let's get on with
go
it.
and make some more history with these cars we're about to unveil. Blowout, because that is exactly what happened. He went in there for a little tidy up, the budget went to garbage and got blown out to all. This is Peter Heinz's beautiful Chevy pickup, and just look at it. You don't need me to tell you that it's an LX Tirana hatch. Are you going to get the opportunity to drive it, or has Dad already said no way, son?
I'm definitely driving it first.
This is Michael Ballett's XW Falcon. The first thing that grabs you about this is the colour of the car. It is absolutely striking. A name that's been around for a little while as well, and you'll be familiar with it, is Aldrich, and Steve Aldrich is the builder of this beautiful Tudor. But this is in fact the factory colour of this car. Doesn't that colour just grab you? PPG, magenta pink. It's a top door slammer. Absolutely serious. You know, we got 500 odd cubic inches, all aluminium, supercharged, alcohol injected, fun right up the front. First of all, once again, I mean, that colour, it just grabs you. Yes, thank you, it's worth it. Come on, let's hear it. Classic 55 Chev. You know, you don't need to change the body style on these because they were cool right out of the box.
Is there anything more powerful than Candy Apple Red? So folks, I'd like you to put your hands together for two aspects. One is Maguire's and the other are the fabulous 7 cars that we've unveiled tonight.
I mean, we should know. Everybody wanna be like them, dress like her, act like him, acting like you don't know no better, acting like you don't know. But everybody wanna rhyme like Jim.
You're watching Summernats 30. Shouts to my mechanic, shouts to your mechanic, shouts to everyone's mechanic.
Shouts to Green Mitsubishi's.
Hey, this is Draft. Stoked to be here, just about to go on stage. Thank you so much for having me. Hope you enjoy.
If you know this chorus, help me out, Summernats, or you won't see me here no more. What up? You wanna party? We wanna party. Where every day is a holiday.
I used to work in a panel shop as a spray painter. True story. I used to turn up to work early every single day. One day I was 10 minutes late. The boss said to me, "Why are you late?" And because I was a young smart I said, "You never thank me when I'm 15 minutes early." Not only did that go down like a mouth full of nails, I had to wash the entire complex for a week. And I was a painter. I wanted to paint. And our paint supplier at the time was PPG. These guys. So if you want to use the best paint in the world, don't be a smart to your boss. Be nice, be kind. PPG. Get the finish on your car that you need. Shiny, shiny.
Street Machine Magazine Summernats number 30, proudly supported by Rare Spares. G'day, Richie Howlett with you. How'd you go? You survive your Friday night? Big day coming up today. The unveil was awesome. 7 gorgeous cars on display in the Elite Pavilion. Of course, the Top 60 show there as well. And we've got the Elite Awards and Street Awards coming up later on today. And there is action aplenty out on the Burnout pad as well, with the Burnout Championship qualifying and the Burnout Masters qualifying. It's going to be a big day. There's plenty of cruising around the track. It's a hot one too. You don't need me to tell you that. Remember, slip, slop, slap, and make sure you drink plenty of water. 99.5 FM, it's Radio Revhead. G'day.
So 63 Impala.
Yep, Super Sport.
Yeah, how'd you come to getting your hands on it?
So I'd been looking for a little while, and I was originally going to buy a 4-door, and then this came up. As soon as I spotted it, actually one of my mates spotted it, he rang me and told me. I rang the bloke up straight away, said, "Man, I'm coming down tomorrow, here's a deposit, Went down there, didn't even need to look over it, I just said, that's me.
Boys come from?
Setup or what? Yeah, it's not too bad setup. Give me the mic. It's not too bad setup. Come in, I'll show you. Got me wardrobe all chilling down here. Got a esky, got a bloody water bottle there. And yeah, just got a couple more eskies, a bit of food and that. So yeah, it's not bad setup.
Drove straight through all the way from Wednesday morning, and yeah, got here Thursday morning about 7 o'clock and partied hard ever since.
Some of us have had a big night, haven't we?
Yeah, a few big ones.
What's the most important thing you need to know? What advice would you give to other future campers at Summernats?
Drink lots, you'll sleep better.
I've been given a hot tip that in the campgrounds there is a legend. He's the man who takes his pet sausage for a walk. Let's go meet him.
Want to see him do a few tricks? Yeah. He does a helicopter. Oh, scary! All gone. Where did he go?
Well, I reckon this is a pretty good setup. We're not too far away from where the burnouts happen as well. We've got the barbecue, the caravan. Mitch, this is not bad at all, but I think you're head chef here.
Yeah, I am, mate. I'm the cook. I'm the dad. These are my boys.
How many years have you been to Summernats now?
10 years. I started at Summernats 20. Been coming ever since. Mrs. tries to get me not to come, but you know, what can you do?
This is your time, right? This is your one time of the year that you get to get away?
Always weekend away, mate. That's the one.
My name's Chris Bitmead. I'm from Perth in Western Australia, and my car behind me, X-Boss, is a 1976 XB Falcon Coupe. My vision was to build the very best XB Falcon Coupe that we could build, and more along the lines of something that, you know, if Ford decided to build a Falcon Coupe today in the old style, this is what it might be like. Everything's modified. The suspension is based on a Jaguar, so it runs independent suspension front and rear. The whole underside of the car has been refabricated to accommodate the suspension. The engine's a late model Falcon engine. It's a modular 5.4 that we put a Kenny Bell supercharger on. We had to custom build all the intake for that. It runs through a manualised C4 transmission. It's got big Willwood brakes on the car. The interior is completely fabricated, and when I say completely, everything except the ignition barrel is fabricated on the interior. I employed an artist from California to do some design concepts, and we worked together for about 6 months just to get, you know, he asked me what sort of colours I liked and that, and we just worked through different ideas, and we've come up with what you see behind us. One of the probably unique things as part of the build process, we actually painted the car gloss black first, and then what we did was we pulled it apart again and put the colour on it that you see behind us, which is a custom mix by PPG. It's been an 8-year build for the car, and it was always going to be show the car for a year, 18 months, and then drive it. So when I get the car back home, it'll certainly get driven. The car was debuted in Detroit at the Autorama. It sounds big-headed, but it was the most popular car, judging by people around it, at Detroit Autorama.
Incredible, outstanding vehicle. I'm stuck. I mean, it's beautiful, pristine, perfectly done. It's better than a new car.
I bought a sea container and we fitted it out, so I was absolutely comfortable that the car wasn't going to move in the container. The bit I was concerned about is that the car Had to go from like 40-degree temperatures in Perth because it was December when it left, up through the Panama Canal and up the east coast of America. It was then stuck in a blizzard on the port there in Philadelphia, where I think the high temperature for one of the days was minus 16 degrees. And then of course it was trucked over to Detroit from there. Ford did an awesome job when they designed these coupes. So we didn't want to detract too much from it. We wanted to enhance that look. It's exactly what I envisaged 9 years ago now. And yeah, I just love it.
Here we are, Saturday morning, Summernats. I've never seen them so excited when we took the numbers out and put up on the board. There was high fives and people were just so happy. I guess because it's the 30th, people were just so happy to make that. And then when the doors opened like here last night at 7 o'clock, it was just nearly, they just come in like a flood, the people. It was amazing. The cars are great, but it is sometimes all about the people. And we unveiled 7 great cars, but some of the stories were amazing last night.
Bill Sharkey, I'm from Dubbo and I'm here to show my car off what I've been building for 21 years. Last night with the unveiling was just something I've never expected to happen. You know, all these years I've been coming to Summernats, dreaming about having my car in here, and it's just that I didn't think it'd ever happen, but last night was just such a buzz. It was unbelievable. Oh, mate, it was very an emotional time. So we've just been pushed for the last 6 weeks to have the car here for last night to unveil. It was only 6 weeks ago I found out they wanted to unveil it.
I just want to thank my family and friends for behind.
When I was 16, a teenager, I always wanted a 55 Chevy two-door pillarless, and in 95 I picked it up, and it's just been a journey since then. I mean, mates were just unbelievable to come in and lend a hand and whatever they could do for me. It was so emotional, that they just put a lump in my throat, me mates. To unveil it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity I'll never ever get again. And that's why the last 6 weeks I've been busting to get it here, and it's been incredible last 6 weeks, honest. The emotions, the highs, the lows, to get it here is just, oh mate, I've nearly had some tears and, oh mate, I'm just so excited to get here. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life, to have my car here. It's just, mate, she's a Bo Derek in my eyes, I tell you, she's a top 10.
No, she says she likes it because it goes vroom, vroom.
She went vroom, vroom, but she should have said the back seat.
Dad. With Haltech, you unlock the power. With everything from universal ECU kits, plug and play kits, to dashers, gauges, merchandise, and more. Have a look at this. Oh my gosh. Have a look at that. Buttons. Nice. Haltech.com. That's it. .com. Dad. What is canna, you ask? I'm going to read this to you. Hang on. Canna is the Dutch expert in cultivating your favourite crops. Eh? The green stuff. I mean capsicums, tomatoes. Welcome to a new way of growing that is all about passion, love for plants, and achieving the best results in the easiest way. Canna. Whether it's capsicums, roses, broccoli, or anything else plant-based, eh? Oh, hang on. Visit canna.com.au. Hang on, I've got another bottle here. Brown stuff. Let's have a smell. I'm the first to open this. Yeah, man.
Really interesting this year. Without giving too much away, there's definitely a really serious female contender. We've had a few in the past, but I've got a really serious female contender this year in KYLIE Perry with Tailspin, so that'll be really interesting. We've got another couple of pretty strong contenders, and one really special is Leonard. He's come over from Western Australia. That car won Motivation 2 or 3 years, and he's brought all the way over. He's done fairly well in the judging, so I'll be looking forward to see how he goes. So let's have a look, sit back and have a look, but that's all I'm telling you, okay?
The top judged elite vehicle is a blue-grey 76 Ford Falcon Coupe. It's the X-Boss. Well done, Chris Pitmead.
Congratulations, you did so well.
Thank
and it was
you.
well deserved.
Awesome,
So.
good, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Tomorrow morning's when it all gets serious, and we head up to the Burnout track to do our Grand Champion driving event. So first up for the slalom and then the go to woe, so I'm really looking forward to that.
For me, to win Grand Champion would just be incredible. I'm from WA, so it's like coming here and even saying those words is just, to take that across the border would be everything.
Here we go. Give a big round of applause as they come out. You've all got your favourites. Make some noise. Come on, guys.
KYLIE Shaw, 3rd place. 2nd place is Sandra Horn.
When you drive in, the people either side, the cars around you, the atmosphere, you can't imagine it, man. Like it's scary.
There's been so much action already here at Summernats 30. As you can tell, the action's still going on. We've got Burnout Championships happening out there, but we're not too far away from getting into the Burnout Masters. The party has absolutely arrived out here at the moment.
Yeah, man, the day has arrived. Yeah, I'm nervous. Second time at Summernats, first time in the Masters. Got my ticket at Good Friday. Obviously, I'm pumped, excited. I know how to do burnout, so we'll see how we go, eh?
It's awesome. The crowds are huge this year, and just hang together on the paddock, get it over and done with.
Yeah, it'd be good to put one of that one on the shelf, but anyway, I'll go out and have some fun, mate, and mix up with the boys.
This crowd, they almost expect something from you. Does that add any more pressure?
Oh, massive pressure. That's the worst bit. I could do a burnout any day, anywhere, but yeah, the crowd is what's got me real nervous.
Oh, look, I hope the crowd get behind it. We're only here to have fun and make sure everyone else is having fun, so I really enjoy coming down.
It's a 1982 Toyota Hilux, has an 800 horsepower 372 small box 7 in it. It is an ex-Outlaw sprint car engine, and it's a hell of a lot of fun.
No plan, mate, just pot of luck. Just go out, have it flat and enjoy it.
I think it's been about 4 years now that we've sort of been in the eliminations, but it doesn't get any easier. You know, it's a bit of experience, and maybe a bit of experience on the day could possibly help.
Hand out the window. Raise the roof, ladies and gentlemen. Full pull. Tires are on fire. Look at him go. Holy there we go. He ain't stopping. Oh, he's a driver. He's a driver. Every bit of look at that fire. Use the room, ladies and gentlemen. He's using the whole room. We don't know what he's doing. They should call him the magician because he's completely disappeared. Oh, wow. David Blaine is wondering how he does it. It's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. No problem. It is. It's on Safety crew. Safety crew's on it right now. Everybody raise the roof for Mr. Steve Loader. Here we go. Remember, you got to make that skid last a minute to really capitalize on the points.
Big tip in from that 4x4. Now, of course, converted to 2x4. One of two 4x4s in the country. Of course, Brett Battersby was supposed to have been in the field. Unfortunately hasn't made it so. Ruckus being the only 4x2. Oh, and he's tagged the wall with the rear of the patrol. That will cost him a negative in points. So the judges still scoring his skid. The biggest thing, Chad, they've got to go 1 minute as a minimum, 60 seconds as a minimum. They can go as far over that minute as they like, but it is a standard practice that they've got 1 minute as a minimum. And if they don't make that time before they get the tyres off, they do lose points.
Well, it looks like he's about to tick over that 60-second marker, which is good news. He will lose 5 points, though, for tagging that wall. And this burnout pad is a fair bit smaller than where he's used to skidding back over in WA. And we also don't have these exit chutes over there in Perth like we see here. So he's trying to get up through that exit chute, make it work. I think I just heard one of those tyres going at 75 seconds. It looks like it's all over. Not a bad skid at all from Ruckus.
Yeah, look, I think you'll be pretty happy with that, Jason Fletcher. This is the National Burnout Masters qualifying. Now this car, the Onnit Tirana, it is one of 2 drivers. 2 owners have this car. They have both qualified for the Burnout Masters. We will see it in the hands of Matthew Cowan at the moment, and his partner in crime, Mark Siracusa, will come out a little later.
Well, top 3 in the Burnout Championship last year, earning him the right to compete here today. So that Burnout Championship does account for a lot, and he's the first of those 3 drivers to make it through. And this thing's shredding rubber already. I'd be worried if he's going to make the full minute here, would be the only thing I'd say. It's going to be very tight. He's using a lot of the pad. One of 4 local drivers from right here in Canberra competing in the Masters. That number's right up there from last year. Well, Adrian Cuthbertson was really the only hometown hero.
We've got 1 tyre off. In fact, I'm not sure whether we've got the passenger side away. Lots of sparks now. The intensity. Little bit of flames out the back, but that is a brilliant start for Team Onnit, Matty Cowan.
Here's the tip in. Left hand down, regular stuff here in Summernats, but a lot of power and a lot of force.
Walter Zakowski, builder by trade. Oh, he goes the low line, and that really did upset him. You can see that he wasn't happy with his approach.
Yeah, would have heard his constant smoke scores definitely dissipated there for a while. He tried something different to grab the attention of the judges. It backfired, trying to go right hand down into the tip-in, which is the reverse tip-in like Jason mentioned, but now he's on it. Hard smoke scores now, looking good.
Just on 30 seconds down, he's halfway through his mandatory period. And we're watching him working the Castle Main Rod Shop donut pad. That's where he's concentrating most of his action. Of course, the judges, they want these drivers to use as much real estate as possible, to use every little square centimetre of this pad that's available.
He's found himself a bit of real estate at that end. I was worried he got himself caught in a bit of a bind.
Looks like he's moved to acreage. He's gone that deep down.
Got all the way to the end of the exit chute now, firing back up the reverse direction. Over the 60-second marker, the tyres are off it. Not a bad skid, just had that little bit of a hiccup at the beginning. While Zakowski knows how to get the job done.
Oil change, rattle gun, gaskets, a battery, disc brakes, spark plugs. What do you need? Burson Auto Parts have more than 180 auto parts stores in Australia. They've been in the game for around 50 years. Don't turn up at Summernats in January with a box. Get that sorted, mate. Get your car fixed, repaired, ready to smash skids. You don't want to blow a wheel bearing on Skid Row, eh? You want to smash tyres like a mad dog. If you need help, call 1300 Burson or visit burson.com.au. Now,
Mark McTiernan now from Wollongong moving forward in Loopy, and this is one of the only cars that can tip in before the tip in. It's that short.
Shortest wheelbase vehicle in the comp.
I mean, it's not much bigger than a roller skate, to be totally honest with you. Jam into the front there, the LS1 or LS style power plant, and man, power to weight ratio is ridiculous. Of course, the judges, they're looking for instant smoke. They're looking for constant smoke, continuous smoke from start to finish. They're looking for volume of smoke, which is the density. There's no point having lots and lots of smoke if you can see straight through it. It's just kind of fine, wispy smoke. Drivers control, big points on offer for the amount of driving skill that they offer, and then they'll get 5 points for each tyre that they blow. But Chad, it's the negatives, it's the points that can be deducted that will separate the winners from the losers.
This LS1 really singing on the limiter there, you're right, and I can't see too many deductions from this one, Jason. He's gone over the 60-second mark with both tyres on it. He's used a lot of the pad, shown a lot of driving skill, and you cannot fault that smoke score. So this could be a very big skid so far for the little Suzuki Mighty Boy that goes firing its way back up, needs to keep it moving. Loses a bit of smoke there, but still pretty good.
Mark McTiernan, relatively a newcomer to the sport of burnouts. As you mentioned a little earlier, it was in the hands of Mr. Sultana earlier, but it has since been purchased by Mark and the team, and also renamed Loopy. Why? Because it just throws loop after loop after loop. Trying everything to get that second tyre off. Sometimes we see them where they're universally, they'll go bang, bang, and they'll go together. But Mark is really struggling to get both off.
Far out. Your
Great job,
thing's got
though.
pretty hot. Absolutely pouring water out the front of it. Suicide doors open. Crowd like what they see. Jason Rapoff in Paralines. Nets to the plate. Hand controls at the ready.
So, look, an absolute sensation to see Jason Rapoff joining the crew. Won Burnout King back in March over in Western Australia. That is what secured his spot here this weekend as a Burnout Masters qualifier.
Gee, powerful start. Good smoke scores, using a lot of that pad.
Main thing is that he goes that minimum 60 seconds, because otherwise they start losing 5 points per 5-second block, and that's not what he wants. Rapoff really using the top part of the pad, and when you consider that he is piloting this vehicle with a little small touch there from Rapoff, but when you consider that he is piloting this car entirely with the top half of his body, that is remarkable.
Sheer driving amazement. Paralines, gets close to the fence, keeps it moving. I don't think he touched it.
One of two paraplegics competing here this weekend, one in the Burnout Championship and one here in the form of Jason Rapoff. Love seeing the fact that they're not allowing their disability to stop them doing what they love doing.
So cool, so cool. This is a 9-second car in the quarter mile, and it does this on the Burnout pad. Top 3 at Burnout King. Managing Director of A1 Pools, which you can see up on the top, and that was powerful. Smoky, consistent, used a lot of the pad. Hard to see if there was any deductions in there. How about the crowd?
Welcome to each and every one of you. Great to have you with us here on this beautiful, sunny Australian afternoon.
The blue cloud of smoke for Don Lucci, who's kicked this burn-off off in fine style. This is a big one.
Oh, absolutely. He has got instant smoke straight away. You can see the plumes just pouring from the back of the car. Now, for this year, we have in fact widened our track a little bit up in the top chute where the cars start. We've widened that area to allow the bigger four-door sedans to actually utilise that area. And we're seeing a lot of them going there.
This is good stuff from Don Lucci already.
Exceptional start. Have a look at the density from that blue smoke. Of course, the colour tyres available from a number of different manufacturers. Don Lucci has got himself a great set. One tyre down. Mission is to unload the set. Both tyres off the back.
Well, you never really know what the judges are saying, but I think it's fair to say he's going to finish finish higher than 22nd this year. He's got both off it. The clock stops at over a minute, so he's not going to lose any points for a short skid. That was exciting.
Oh, and you know what? Have a look at Farm Truck and Asen down there. They are digging this stuff.
From Melbourne, one of 11 Victorians featuring here in the Masters. Instant smoke. Tick that box. Tip it in.
Well, it's a tough game. 27 cars will start. Only 10 will progress through to the finals tomorrow. And only one will become the 2017 Burnout Master, the Australian National Burnout Master, an honour in which they all want to have a share in.
He's attacking the pad, Jason.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
speed today. Smoke pouring off the back end. His 1985 Holden Commodore, but at the same time, he's using a lot of the pad up.
Look, again, it's about using up as much of this pad as possible. The judges, they don't want to just see it dip in a couple of donuts or hoops. They want to see the drivers getting up close and personal with the concrete barriers. The closer they get, the more risk, the greater the reward.
He's ticked over the minute mark, so no loss of points there. And I heard some pops going, he's made it by 9 seconds. That's just beautifully timed. Great skip from LS1. Rick Fuller will be absolutely over the moon with that one.
Rick Fuller from Victoria, Australia, stoked with his performance, and so he should be.
And here comes probably the luckiest man competing today.
Is the Cooking Monster. Paul Cook in the blown VC out of the Powerhouse Engine stable. And Paul and his brother Michael on board riding shotgun. And for our overseas visitors, we should remind you that these cars are right-hand drive, not left-hand drive. So the driver is on the opposite. Oh, the power has gone away.
Got himself stuck in a hole there. And a big fire out the back. Fire is on that instantly. And a fire of that size, where the marshals need to come in, will cost you at least 10 points. And to be honest, it's gone shorter than 40 seconds anyway, so it's going to really hurt him.
Dad. Got a Holden, got a Ford, got a Chrysler. Do you have a sick VL, a hectic VK, a VB, a VC, a Mang VN, an XW, an XY, an XT, an XA, an XC, a Tory, a Rana? Yes, I know they're the same thing. Whatever you got. If it's rare, Rare Spares do bits for it. So if you love bits and bobs and pieces and parts, visit their website for a full catalogue and more. More bits, more bobs, more parts, more pieces. All of it.
rsp.net.au.
Scotty Yatesy, one of the most excitable young guys on the scene, and he has really stepped up the performance of this car in the last 12 months, and it is showing. He did very well out at the Red Summernats back in September of 2016, right in the middle of Australia. I think took home the win.
Yeah, for the second consecutive year, actually qualifying via the Red Summernats, but finished inside the top 3. This is looking pretty good right now for Yatesy from Melbourne. It's his VT Commodore.
VX Commodore, electrician by trade, Monday to Friday, and an absolute party nutbag come Saturday and Sunday. It's the old analogy, work hard, play hard. And Scott Yates certainly lives by that motto. One of the very good friends of Andrew Lynch. So, as you know, Lynch is a rather loose character.
I hadn't realised.
And Yatesy is up there with him.
Great driving.
Oh, beautiful
That
driving.
was absolutely millimetre perfect at the exit chute.
Yep.
Smoke scores will be good here, Jake.
Smoke scores will be great. Not sure on the time, though. He's definitely gone over 1 minute. And Yatesy applauds himself. He applauds the crowds and gets out to celebrate in style.
And now we get ready to see one of our wildcard qualifiers. This is Nathan Sutherland, one of 4 local drivers here, Jason, and he's going to lay down a skid, hopefully exactly like the one he did on Thursday.
He has never contested or even competed in the Burnout Masters at this level before. He is one nervous camper. We are really starting to see a lot of these competitors starting to use the mechanical side rather than just building a car and then going out and driving it. We are starting to see a lot of the drivers, as you said, tyre pressures, diff gears, tyre compounds, tyre size. A lot of different aspects are now coming into play. He's out of the car, so he's obviously very happy with his performance here this afternoon.
Nicky's happy with it too.
Are tyres off the back? That is the question.
It looks low in the back end. I almost think it is.
Jono Kelly, the South Aussie, with the 3.5s Holden VK Commodore. Of course, runs an LS2 engine on board this car. All naturally aspirated. There's no turbo, there's no nitrous, no supercharger to help with the induction. It is all through the carburetor.
Well, has competed at Red Summernats and Gazanats all the way over in WA, so has travelled and has really earned his spot here in the show. Our only South Aussie competing here today.
Check out the smoke, Chad.
Got to be happy with
that.
For
this naturally aspirated little LS-powered Commodore, he is producing the goods.
Said a lot of help from SA Worldworks, ULX 110, Tarzia Tyre Centre and Outlaw Speed Shop helping him get here and do what he does. And man, he is using this pad right down to the paintwork on those barriers.
That was super close, but of course this vehicle, plastic bumper bars, so we know if they do tag walls, you can see the damage produced by it. This is a problem for him though.
No, the first car today to really get themselves in a hole.
Yeah.
He's going to just call it off there instead of grabbing reverse, which is not a bad idea. Right rear's gone.
Well, right rear's gone. He'll still lose points for reverse because he's got to get over that finish line to end the burnout.
How about
luxury?
this? A sprint car motor.
Yep.
In a Hilux.
Leigh McKenzie, 377 cubes, I think, of sprint car motor.
For the Speedway fans, this is the next Stephen Lyons motor out of Mount Gambier in South Australia. Very capable sprint car driver. Let's see if it brings this man some good luck in luxury.
And we know those sprint car motors like to rev.
Yes.
And Leigh is certainly not shy when it comes to the right foot on the accelerator or the gas pedal.
It's amazing. Under 400 cubes, but making 800 horsepower, he tells
Crazy.
me. Wild stuff. He's out of Hamilton in Victoria. One of 13 guys to have their first appearance here. A teammate of JD Gonzalez at Tread Symmetry, the winning team at Tread Symmetry, and they're representing right here at Summernats.
They certainly are. We will see JD a little later on, his teammate from that event. But for the moment, Leigh McKenzie is doing his best to cement his name in the history books and potentially get his name as one of the top 10 to progress tomorrow through to the finals. It's all about tomorrow, but for the moment, it's about getting the job done here in this qualifying session.
Wow.
And Chad, job is done. Tyres are off.
A big skid, crowd like it, got over the 1 minute mark. Now it's time for the 1985 Holden Shuttle of Colin Byrne out of WA.
I mean, once was a people mover, it is now a burnout weapon. Have a look at the tip in. Of course, I guess the gravity, center point of gravity is a little higher than most of the other burnout cars, but check out the smoke. For the first time, Burnout Master qualifier in West Aussie, Colin Byrne.
Needs to keep that car moving. It just stood stationary for a little bit too long there. The judges will look down on that. Doing a really good job winning the open class at Gazanats. That's how he got his golden ticket.
This would be a tough car to steer. He sits right above the wheels and the wheel arch. So effectively, where you point the car, it will go. With this, it's a lot more direct because you're above the wheels. Hey, job done, all over at about 65 seconds. The Holden VF Sport Wagon about to come our way. The first guy to, of course, build a late model Holden Commodore wagon. Like this blown injected combination on board for Justin Brown, struggling. Tips in with a very nice amount of speed. It wasn't over the top hectic. It was
no, it's on fire already. This is not what he wants to see.
That is a large fire indeed. Now, why do they fire like that, Chad? Because it's got a lot of fuel through the pipes, unburnt. Of course, it hits the oxygen, then more hot gas comes on. Bang, you've got yourself a small barbecue.
Oh, what a shame.
It is a shame indeed.
Dad. Do you love your car? How much do you love your car? Proof that you love your car is if you look after it with the best car care products on the market. Maguire's. If you've spent thousands building your car, don't care for it with crap quality products. Look after it with the best. You should also use the best to keep yourself clean. Super thick and sudsing. Whee! See this? This is the best. The best! Are these ads over yet? Seriously?
Mitsubishi Sigma that is known as Skidma. Small block Chevrolet, blown and injected. Great tip in from Adrian.
Keep it going, Adrian.
He's a good guy too, Adrian. I would love dearly to see him do well right here and qualify himself to join us tomorrow. Absolutely smoking in to the extent that we can't see the car from the overhead camera. We can't see the car from the grandstands.
Man, I'm also struggling to hear if he's keeping this thing alive in there. I think he's struggling to see where he's going, and that might just hurt his driving scores a bit, but gee, it's hard to fault these smoke scores. First appearance last year in the top 10. He's trying to double it up this year. This 84 GK Mitsubishi Sigma that just lays down the power. He's a local boy too. One of the 4 local drivers looking to please the home fans.
He's made the 60-second minimum. And he is doing the job. He's doing the business beautifully. In fact, I think he is done.
Wow,
all right.
It's got a new 377 cubic inch motor in this thing. It's putting out an extra 1,500 RPM. So BG Engines had that thing on the dyno this week. They were revving it hard. And Adrian Cuthbertson in Skidma has put his hand up to head through to the top 10.
I think 632 on cubic inches of blown monster. Steve Nogas for BNR Engines about to come our way. One of the guys that you would effectively expect to be in the Masters field tomorrow.
Well, for the second year running, he's qualified via UBC Victoria. This year happened up at Ballarat. And they had a big party up there for it. Former winner of the Ultimate Burnout Challenge, absolutely ripping it up. Owns a limo company. Bought this car from Milwaukee. The only real American-built car that we've got in the field.
Well, Crystal Limousines, the business down there in Victoria. He was the first guy to import Camaros into the country to use as hire cars.
Yep, first stretch Hummer.
Yeah. He's got Mustangs. He's got all the cool rides that we Aussies here want to drive.
Now, before I spoke to him, he said he was worried he wasn't going to last the full minute, and the right rear is off it. It's come up a bit early. Hopefully the left one will just hang on past the 1 minute mark. He's there.
He's there. But did he get the tyres off earlier than that 60 seconds?
Just cost himself a couple of points for that one. But either way, huge skid from KYLIE, and he's got points to burn because there's nothing else that you could fault with that whole burnout. Man, I tell you what, Jason, he turns 50 this week. Wouldn't it be a huge birthday present to win the Masters?
Indeed it would, securing his first spot and time in the Masters if he is able to do that again tomorrow. Let's get back to the action. Another guy that has effectively been given a chance, an opportunity to come and join the field is this man, Tough Streets, Phil Kurgine.
This guy could very well have won it last year had he not just tapped that wall. He's got Charlie Hutton, world famous automotive painter riding shotgun. This is a PPG painted car, so it's fitting. And Phil actually helping to prepare some of the PPG cars at Summernats just like last year. 42 years of age, skidding hard, 4th straight appearance for him as well.
Black smoke tells me there's fire. So there is some flames. I see them beside big flames out the back of Phil Kurgine's VK wagon. The black smoke was a huge indication that he had a fire on board. Charlie is, he's got himself a set of kahunas. He's stuck firm there.
Oh, you gotta love it. He's already used up a good 15 seconds just wheeling this thing on into the burnout pad. Loses a bit of RPM but picks it right back up. This is one sweet looking VN Commodore.
Always got a smile on his face no matter how good or how bad his burnouts go. He's just a general happy soul.
It's from same location, Werribee, Victoria, that Killer Bee's from, so definitely a happy place for burnout fans down there in Victoria.
And if I'm not mistaken, first time that we're seeing X-Bacon as a burnout master.
That was close. It is the first time. It's actually his first time ever at Summernats, I kid you not. What a way to make your first appearance at the Nats. Tyres off it right on the minute mark. Serious driving control from JD Gonzalez, who's in party mode right now.
Have a look at him. He'll have a smile on his face as he gets out to lap up the huge cheers from the crowd.
As we get ready for last year's Burnout champion.
It is indeed. It is Darren Bromwich with Smokin' You out of Victoria coming our way. So the Summernats Burnout Championship is our feeder category to the Burnout Masters. Yeah. He won the feeder category in 2016.
And I know this might sound weird, but I think that's harder to win just through sheer numbers.
Well, it is. I mean, we've had over 250 cars all trying to qualify for a 50-car field in the Summernats Burnout Championship. This is tougher because the level of competition is so much more serious. You've got 27 cars. You've got the chance of being one of 10. And Darren is doing a great job here in the Burnout Masters qualifying.
31 years old, also his first appearance in the Masters, one of 13 rookies. This car had a full respray in December.
It did.
Actually changed the brakes on it, and then the brake pedal went to the floor and he backed it into a brick wall, so it's not the kind of preparation he wanted for Summernats. He's lasted over the minute.
Yep, went the 69-second mark and job done.
Dad. Anest Iwata. What is that, you say? Listen, Anest Iwata brings to the Australian market a wide range of equipment for the spraying of liquid coatings. Nice. These may be for automotive uses, both at production and refinish levels. They can even supply equipment for the beauty and film industries where it is possible to spray makeup, airbrush fingernails, body art, and spray on imitation suntans. Because who wouldn't want to have a suntan, right? Yeah.
Darren Williams in diesel can get the job done, and he needs to tick the first box right here. Let's see how he goes. Needs to last the minute, needs to put it in the top 10.
Diesel, Darren Williams dedicating his win in Red Centre to his father, who passed away recently. And Diesel, one of the guys that has progressed from the street skids into the competition skids at organised events. Went naturally aspirated, then went injected. Now he is blowing. Oh!
Now, I don't think that's a fire on his car. I think it just got a lick off the rubber that's over near the fence. I think he might be okay here. It just kicked up some of the rubber that stacked up the fences. And that is a lucky break for Darren Williams. He continues on. Look at the power this car puts out. Big, smoky, powerful skid as he tries to lay his way down inside the top 10.
400 cubic inches on board. So he's out of Perth, all done, all dusted. He is stopped mid-track. That doesn't look good.
Stopped shorter than the full minute.
Andrew Popeye Poole from far north Queensland this weekend with his little boy, his son. A real family affair.
Through one rotation, nice and smoky.
Revs came down a little bit though.
Yeah, did a little dip there. Hopefully didn't lose too much smoke as a result.
Well, we see that the breeze has picked up a little. It's blowing the smoke down track. So that can be sometimes a little bit harder for our judges to judge because the smoke doesn't linger and kind of leave that footprint of what the job is that he's done.
The wind has picked up in the last half hour in a big way.
Yeah.
He's 15 seconds away from ticking over that minute mark. He's got a special guest from Ryco Filters riding shotgun. What an amazing opportunity that is.
Yeah, definitely.
To ride with the man himself.
Oh, he's got both tyres away, I think, at 56 seconds.
Oh, now did the judges know about it? He's right on that 1 minute mark.
The judges will be straight on it. They will be straight on it. He's pulled up at the 1 minute mark. So where he won last year by being one of the very few to go the 1 minute distance, that could cost him. Here comes Mark Siracusa with the on it, Holden Tirana. Let's watch for the tip in.
He's gone deep.
He's
gone too deep. He's in the fence.
He went so deep, he has nosed it into the tyre barrier and the concrete. Let's look at the replay. He went deep, way deep into the tip-in, and then just locked the front brakes and momentum carried him straight through. Panel damage doesn't look too serious. All in all, it doesn't look too bad. First time here at Summernats.
And blue tyres because it's a Ford as well here, Jace. So said that was up the sleeve and ready to go.
He's a very passionate Ford lover. He bleeds blue, there's no doubt about it. And just quietly makes the best kebabs or souvlaki. Make sure you head over and see him.
It's actually quite close to where we are right now. So not huge amounts of smoke. That's better. Needs to really keep that going, but it's hard keeping the smoke up and the movement of the car up at the same time. That's the trick to it.
Talking to his wife Joanne yesterday, she's like, I'm so nervous. I can't even watch him, let alone be in the car because we were. You've got to go in with your husband Joe. This is what it's all about.
From Melbourne, qualified via the wildcard system on Thursday. Debuted this car at Red Summernats, like you mentioned, and man, hasn't it really struck a chord with the Blue Oval fans. We've lost him. He's in there somewhere. He's past the 1 minute mark, and the smoke scores now would have to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. He would be scoring greatly with our judges.
Wind's changed direction.
A business entrepreneur. He's got his finger in just about everything from kebabs to bollards, security bollards direct, and pool fences as well. Some of the nicest pool fences that you can see around any swimming pool. So, real nice guy. Again, so many fantastic characters in the sport of burnouts, and of course a very family-orientated event as sport as well, as you know. Well, Mad Sam's done. He's gone through. He's got himself just shy of a minute and a half, but look, hey, got 100 seconds down. He's certainly qualified as far as going the distance.
Here comes the world's most famous Toyota Corolla.
Yep, Andrew Lynchy. Lynch goes reverse tipping.
Oh.
This dude can drive. There's no doubt about it. Now, he's allowed past the finish line. He's allowed to use as much of that room as possible. We did see a dent in the front of this KE55 Corolla. He got T-boned by another entrant a couple of days ago. So that's not through his lack of driving ability. He is the loosest, wildest steerer in this country.
At a Horsham in Victoria, this KE55 is absolutely ripping it up. Oh, and he tags the wall with the right rear, so he'll lose 5 points for that one. But geez, driving scores are just going to be through the roof anyway. On a tie gone at 50 seconds. Needs to hold on for the minute. There goes the other one at 55 seconds. He's come up short, but it might be enough anyway because the smoke scores and driving ability through the roof. He'll be able to drive it off the pad. He's going to drive it the other way off the pad first. Wait to see the celebration when he gets out of this car.
He is the absolute, the consummate showman when it comes to, razzing up the crowd, getting them behind him. And what he lacks in engine, as far as not having a blower, he makes up tenfold for in driving ability.
First at last year's Burnout King over in Perth. He did the burnout of the qualifiers a couple of years ago, and there's the crowd response.
Look at the crowd.
He is, without a doubt, the most popular guy in the burnout scene today.
Well, Lynchy, he's a little more subdued. The driver with his helmet off. That is the driver, Andrew Lynch.
Crowd going wild, cheering Lynchy, loving every minute as the Corolla starts to cook down there. He'll be able to drive it off, which he needs to do just to complete it. Surely that's going to be top 10 just on entertainment alone.
What can you say? That was unreal. That was unreal. My stomps, and then I forgot what happened, and then the tyres were off. Yeah!
Ross Heasley, Mr. Bad Q, about to come our way, based in Victoria.
If this goes well, expect something weird at the end. There's a nice lifesaver-esque big trail of smoke, but he's always got a surprise up his sleeve, this guy.
That is a great tip from you, Chad. If things do go well, folks, make sure you stay glued to your screens. Owns a gym. Used to be overweight and unhealthy, a bit like myself, and changed his life for the better. How did he do it? He bought a gym. Saved. Hey, I've been going to gym. All I've lost is $120.
We just lost a bit of momentum there. This is a huge skid, though, from Mr. Bad Q himself, Ross Heasley. Missed the top 10 last year. From Narry Warren, keen to make it into the show tomorrow.
I don't know if he's got any gears. He's pulled up. He had a couple of hits. The weirdness is about to come our way, folks.
Go.
Stay tuned.
Wherever you're watching.
We're just going to keep on going and going and going. This sport isn't going to go away.
Good Sunday morning to you. How'd you pull up after last night?
This is when we know who has won the Burnout Masters and who will be crowned the Street Machine Grand Champion.